Bulls Nation, let's get it, man. Let's get it. A huge victory against one of the tougher sides that we're going to face in this Western Conference travel, whatever you want to call it, this travel on the road, and a massive victory to kick off our first road stance in the West. Let's talk about the Chicago Bulls and the Portland Trailblazers in this video. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show, and welcome back to another video. The Chicago Bulls versus the Portland Trailblazers, the toughest teams to go out in the West and face, still yet to come. This Portland game, very big. No one expected us to win this game or how even come close. And after the first quarter, many people didn't believe we had a chance at all. But the Bulls fought back from all three quarters, and the Bulls picked up a massive victory. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Turn notifications on. And let me know in the comments below, how happy are you with this win today? At the end of the day, to come back from a 20-point deficit, it only speaks volume to the grit and grind and the mentality of this team. You can't be mad about the Chicago Bulls today. Wendell, Kobe, Zach, you can pick out all the players that you want. You simply cannot be mad at how the Bulls managed to come back from 20 points down in the first quarter to pick up a victory, and a clutch victory at that. The scoreline for this game was a very good scoreline, 118 to 108 for the Chicago Bulls, picking up a massive victory on the road. The first of many road games on the West Conference. We have so many games to look forward to in retrospect to that, but this is a big win for the Chicago Bulls. I'm smiling, man. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with this victory. And again, it brings joy. Not only does it bring joy the fact that we won the game, we brought joy to the fact that we came back. Now, I never want to see the Bulls go down 20-0 or go down by 20 points ever. I never want to see that. But the way that we fought back, it brought a smile to my face because it shows that we are a different team than last year. I know we might have very similar wins and losses. We might end up having a worse season overall, but this team is building something. And there is positives. There's always a positive to take out of coming back from a 20-point deficit. And yes, we did very well. We did very well. The first quarter was shocking. I'm not going to lie. 3-pointers for Portland were going in left, right, and center. The Bulls weren't guarding the 3-point line. We gave away a lot of easy points. We gave away fouls. Wendell Carter was getting bullied. All these things. The Portland Trailblazers absolutely destroyed us in the first quarter. But from then on, the Bulls' defense picked up. Portland had a very cold shooting quarter in the second quarter. Couldn't get near it. We dominated them in that second quarter. The third quarter, the Bulls also had a very good quarter. Dominated them again. I believe the third quarter, we outscored them by about 4 points. Then the fourth quarter is where it all kicked in. When we had a fantastic quarter, we competed. We finally were in the fourth quarter against a good team. And I don't care what the record says, the Portland Trailblazers are a good team. I don't care what anybody tells me. We competed in the fourth quarter against a good team, and we sealed out a victory. Clutch performances from our players today. I cannot be happier with how we performed. I'm a little bit stunned. I am a little bit stunned considering I never expected the Bulls to come back from a 20-point deficit and do this the way that they did it. Shows full credit to Billy Donovan, full credit to the Chicago Bulls, full credit to all the players involved. And of course, Portland played a hell of a game as well. They didn't come out with the victory. I'm a big fan of the Portland Trailblazers. I rate their team highly. Damian Lillard is my favorite player in the NBA. I simply cannot put it past the Portland Trailblazers to be as clutch as they are. But the Bulls managed to seal this victory, an important victory on the road. And hopefully with our next game coming up, we can continue this hot streak of form for the Chicago Bulls and pick up another big victory. Let's move on into individual performers because we had some solid performance today for the Chicago Bulls. Ladies and gentlemen, today was the Zach and Kobe show. Once again, they stole the show for the Chicago Bulls. Let's talk about first Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine didn't have a good scoring night, but what he did on the facilitating part of the game, in my opinion, is exactly what Billy Donovan is talking about with the Chicago Bulls. Zach LaVine is not all about making shots, and yes, was he not aggressive in taking shots? Of course he wasn't. He was not aggressive at all in the shot-taking department today, but he was aggressive in making plays, and that shows that he is still being aggressive in the game. He had 18 points tonight, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. Those 9 assists matched his career high for the Chicago Bulls. His career high overall for his entire season is 14, but for the Chicago Bulls, his assist is high. It's 9 assists, and he managed to tie that in today's game as well. A phenomenal assist, phenomenal playmaking from Zach LaVine, getting his teammates involved. I do think that's a big part of what led us to that victory. Of course, the final shot for Zach LaVine, absolutely phenomenal. Again, those are shots I never like. I never like those kind of shots, but Zach LaVine made it, and it's his time. It was his time in today's game. Huge shot, and that was ultimately the decider of the game. Kobe White, the Zach and Kobe show. Kobe White had 21 points, 5 assists, and 10 rebounds. His first ever points, rebound, double-double. Phenomenal performance from Kobe White. Fantastic, man. You can't ask for anything more. Look, we talked about the Portland Trailblazers backcourt, how the Bulls needed to match them step for step if we had a chance to win this game. Well, granted that Portland's backcourt did have better scoring night. Damian Lillard had 24 points and 9 assists. CJ McCollum had 26 points and 4 assists. The Chicago Bulls held their own in the backcourt with the way that they performed today. And everyone else off of the bench and everyone else in the front court contributed into how the Bulls won in this game. We outperformed them everywhere else except for the backcourt. Our backcourt still had a very good game as well. We have a lot to be proud of there. CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard, both all-star competitors, man. You simply cannot put it past the Bulls. It was a good victory today. Wendell Carter had 13 points and 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Good facilitating from Wendell Carter today. Had very, very good passes. Again, the points, he had very good points in the game where he was taking it to Nurkic. And I actually really liked the way that Wendell Carter played today. There were a few instances where off of the screens, he didn't push up enough and they got easy threes. And that is something he needs to work on. But I can't complain about Wendell Carter's performance today because he did a lot of good things in that game, especially when it comes to the Nurkic post-ups and blocking Nurkic and all these things. There were some good things coming out of Wendell Carter today. Obviously, Patrick Williams, our rookie, Patrick Williams, big part in the fourth quarter as well. Had a very, very good game, Patrick Williams, 14 points, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. He's playing his game, man. He's calm, he's cool, he's collected. He's doing the things that he's supposed to do. He is playing with a cool, headstrong. And I loved the way that he played today as well. Obviously, we can't deny performances such as Otto Porter with 19 points and 13 rebounds. What a game from Otto Porter. Big part of the game as well. Massive rebound towards the final stretches of the game, which gave us second chance opportunity, which I believe we ended up scoring from that. Beautiful. Thaddeus Young had 10 points and 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Thaddeus Young played very, very well. Then obviously you had Garrett Temple, 14 points and 1 rebound. I mean, everybody on this team, except for maybe Daniel Gafford, had a tremendous game. And Daniel Gafford only played 10 minutes. Everybody on this team had a tremendous game. Everybody contributed to this victory. Solid stuff from the Chicago Bulls. I'm so happy. Look, this might not be the most analytical video you'll ever see on YouTube. This might not be a video where you go back to and say, yeah, this guy knows basketball. He knows what he's talking about. But damn, man, the emotion is kicking in. The emotion is what I want to drag into this because we were on our heartstrings. Let's be real. All the Bulls fans watching this were on our heartstrings towards the end of that game, knowing that we fought all the way back from second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter when we took the lead. We were on our heartstrings, and the Bulls did something that I don't expect them to do very often as a young team like that, to keep the lead in the fourth quarter, to see out a game like that, to come back from a 20-point deficit. This is something that last season I would have never expected the Bulls to do. This year, this game, they did that. I would like to see them do that more often. Against the Bucks, I'd like to see them come back like that. But again, can't complain. We have a very, very tough schedule, and picking up a tough win like that against Portland brings a lot of confidence. And that is exactly what I want to see. A lot of people saying that we could go 2-2 this week. Well, that's a great start if you want to go 2-2 this week. That is a beautiful performance from the Chicago Bulls. The must improve player, I simply don't want to give one. I really don't want to give one. Look, I'm not going to give one. I don't care. It could be a cop-out. There might be a player that you want to target. I'm not targeting anybody in today's game because honestly, I thought even when there were bad performances today, there were a lot of good aspects in the game. So I'm just happy with the win here. I really am happy with this victory. I don't think any player should be targeted out when we won and we came back from a 20-point deficit and we did something that not a lot of people expected us to do. I don't feel like it's the right place, right time to target out a player as they did poorly. But if you want to target people out, in the comments, target whoever you want. That's just my opinion. I don't want to target someone, but I know many people will have things to say. Speak your voice. Say what you need to say and leave it at that. The player of the game, it's between the Zach or the Kobe show. I don't know who to give it to. I don't know who to give it to. They both played so well. Man, they both played a lot of minutes as well. 43 minutes, I believe. My vision's not very good right now. 43 minutes for Zach LaVine, 39 minutes for Kobe White. I don't know. The thing is, like, Zach LaVine made the final three-pointer of the game. Kobe White made 2 clutch free throws to allow us to win that game. And he had a very good defensive... I'm going to give it to Kobe White, you know. I am going to give it to Kobe White. Look, Kobe White had 2 clutch free throws and he was the one guarding Carmelo in the final stretches of the game. He got 10 rebounds as a point guard and he got 21 points and 5 assists. Zach LaVine was very, very close. And honestly, I seriously, even now, I'm kind of debating it in my head. Who do I give it to? But I thought Kobe White defensively was sound. Portland, look, Damian Lillard had 24 points, right? He had 8 points in the last minute, and that's Damian Lillard being Damian Lillard. It's Dame time, it's the clutch, it's the watch. He's checking his time, it's the fourth quarter, it's his time. But throughout the entire game, Damian Lillard was cold that entire game. And Damian Lillard is one of my favorite players. I'm very happy that he did us this favor because honestly, he's someone I'm very scared, I'm fearful of when we verse them. And he was cold, but in the fourth quarter, he heated up. But Kobe White, throughout the entire game, had that matchup, and he played very, very well against him. I think Kobe White is my player of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bulls are 4-4. We are 500. This is the first time I've seen the Bulls be 500 in a long time. And we've played 8 games now. We are 500. We've beaten good teams. We've beaten bad teams. And now we've come back from a very tough game. The Bulls have won their games in many, many ways. The one thing I want to see now, I want to see the Bulls blow out a team. That's the only thing I haven't seen this season. I want to see the Bulls beat a team comfortably, having a game comfortable enough where we're not worried about them coming back. And now that could be a stretch. Who knows when that will happen? Maybe the next game against the Sacramento Kings that will happen. Now, Sacramento are also a team where the Bulls are expected to compete against them. Sacramento are a team where the Bulls can do well, but the Sacramento Kings are doing well themselves, I believe. I want to check their record real quick, so bear with me here. But Sacramento, their three-point shooting is something to be fearful of. They have had bad games this time around for the Sacramento Kings, but again, I'd like to see us compete and maybe pick up a victory. The Sacramento Kings are 3-4. That is their record right now. So very similar to the Chicago Bulls in that retrospect. It's a back-to-back for the Bulls. So hopefully we're not coming into that game tired or, I guess, lackadaisical. We picked up a very, very, very good momentum victory against the Portland Trailblazers. If we could carry that over to the Kings and compete very well against them, pick up another victory, then what a start. What a start to this Western Conference trip that we have. And obviously with the Lakers and the Clippers after that, I think the win against the Kings becomes essential. No one expected us to beat the Blazers, let's be real, but we beat them, and that's a great victory. Now it's time to carry that over against the Kings, because the Kings is the team that we all looked at this week saying we have to beat the Kings. That doesn't change now. We have to beat the Kings. Let's see if the Kings and the Bulls will be a good game, and let's see if the Bulls can live up to that fantastic performance against the Blazers in that game. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new for that victory. You have to subscribe for that victory. Leave a like. Let me know in the comments below anything that you want to say. Big victory for the Bulls. I'm smiling. I'm happy. I'm sure you can tell. I'll see you in another video. I'll see you tomorrow for the Sacramento Kings game reaction. Take care and peace.